Morning all. I'll be with you in 2 minutes. I need to run downstairs and grab something. Sorry about that. I forgot something important and I've left it downstairs. Oh gosh, that's not good, is it? Oh gosh. Right, I think I'm almost there. I need a checklist or something. Mute button. If you can hear me, please feel free to tell me. I get paranoid. I've muted myself one too many times now, and I get really paranoid about it. She says, promising that she is a professional. Okay, let's go. Good morning, Maths Mob. How are we doing? I've got to learn that I don't need to shout on here. You can hear me. Sometimes I think I'm going to have to shout because you're so far away, but you're not. You're right next to a computer like me. Because my voice is like just dwindling away the longer I do these lives for, because I get too excited and I shout. Good morning. I am Ruth. I think there's probably a whole bunch of new people here today, which is absolutely awesome. If you have access to Facebook, please go on there. There's like a post that's green that says, say hi, with a little hand waving if you are here. And at the end, I'm going to say hi to anyone that said hi on there, basically, because it's just really nice to interact with people in real time. And I love it so much. So I'm a maths teacher. I've been teaching maths for a long time, but for the last 3.5 years, not in school. Well, little bits in school. Long story. I mostly do stuff online and I home educate. And I do these Maths in Motion sessions. So Maths in Motion are free sessions, and rather than being about writing, one of my big issues with how maths is presented in schools is it's all about this abstract writing everything down, getting everything in a way that proves to other people you know what you're doing. But maths is not about writing down. Well, sometimes it is because it's good for communication, but it's actually about your understanding in your head and you thinking. And also, you may have already noticed, I'm a fairly wriggly person. I'm not a sitter-stiller. And I just think there's too much, we should be sat down doing maths, when actually maths can be done on the move. It can be done through talking, thankfully, because that is definitely in my skill set. And it can be done through moving around. So we're going to do some moving today if you want to. You don't have to. You could just do it in your head if you want to, and you can just listen to whatever suits you. This is very much a whatever suits you session. Okay, so we're looking at maths in Minecraft. We're looking at 3D coordinates. If you've got Minecraft in front of you right now, great. You absolutely don't have to. And you can join in with this without Minecraft at all, even, in fact. But yeah, this was voted for by you ever so narrowly, pipped space, maths in space to the post. So I think maybe maths in space needs to be the next one. Yeah, but maths in Minecraft, popular. So today we're looking at 3D coordinates. So 3D coordinates are in Minecraft because it's three-dimensional. But coordinates, when you start looking at them, we tend to start looking at 2 dimensions. So what do I mean by dimensions? So dimensions, we start with a length. So the thing I was getting from downstairs was tape measure. I'll show you. Tape measure. So if you measure the length of something, that is 1 dimension. That is just a single dimension, the length of something. But if we start looking at areas, so let me put that back. Areas. So anything like a flat thing, like a piece of paper. We can argue about pieces of paper being actually 3D later on. But let's just look at the front of it. And that's 2-dimensional because it's got 2 lengths. It's got a length and a width. Okay, so we're going to start off looking at that, and then we'll go into Minecraft, which makes things 3-dimensional. And look, I've borrowed my kids' toys, which is, so we can see on this creeper. It's got a length, a width, but then this depth as well. That's the 3rd dimension. Can you see that my daughter's birthday was very recent? She got this printer for her MP3 player, and she printed me out 10 hearts. So I've got full energy and full life for these sessions. How sweet is that? So yeah, that's what we're going to start off with, 2 dimensions. So we know what coordinates are and then build it up from there. Okay. So we're going to need to something called a coordinate grid. I'm going to show you that. Okay. So, oh, sorry. When I say maths in motion, I do move this around a lot. Apologies if you get a bit seasick with all the moving around. So this is a coordinate grid. You can see we've got X going along here. So that's moving right. If I'm moving right, I'm going in this direction, and that's the X direction. And if I'm moving up, I'm going in the Y direction. So this is Y going up. And this big X here is really important. This big X here is 0, 0. It's called the origin. And all coordinates are talking about how to, where they are in relation to an origin. We've got to be really careful with this. When you move, it's called a vector. So a vector can be from anywhere, and it's talking about a movement in a particular direction. Coordinates are a point. They are finding a point. So if you think about it in Minecraft, if you've discovered a, what might you discover? If you've discovered a chest, somewhere, you could take the coordinates of where the chest is, and it will tell you where it is in relation to the origin, which is 0. Confusingly, not your spawn point. We'll come into that later on. You would have thought that would be a nice touch, but yeah, sadly, it's not to be. So we're going to play a little game called coordinate jump. I'll explain coordinates first, and then you can do coordinate jump by literally physically jumping. You can do coordinate jump with your finger on a piece of paper, and you can do coordinate jump in your mind. Whatever suits you and your energy levels is perfect. So if I wanted to jump to 2, 1, I would go to the right. So this goes in alphabetical order. X, then Y, X, Y. And eventually we'll add on Z. But for now, we're just doing X and Y. So we're going 2 to the right. So we go 1, 2 to the right. And then the 1 is up. So we go 1 up. So you're just jumping around. We're not worrying too much about accuracy here. But on this grid, it's actually really important. I go to specific lines. And so I end up at a point where 2 lines cross for this. You'll find on Minecraft, we'll talk about the settings later on and about the coordinates coming up. If you're in the middle of a block, you won't have whole numbers. You'll have decimals because you need to be on the edges of them to get these whole numbers. Which is interesting in itself. Okay, so 2, 1, we would start at the origin and we would jump 1, 2 to the right, and then 1 up, and then we will be at 2, 1. Okay, so to help you set this up, what you need, I said to bring 2 things you can make straight things on the floor with. So my suggestions were either 2 tape measures or like 2 scarves or something like that. So I'm going to show you my little setup here. I got 2 tape measures. That's what I was getting from downstairs. That was my nifty moving my chair back move. Okay, so here are my 2 tape measures on the floor. Can you see? I've got one going up and down. That is my y-axis, and one going across. That is my x-axis. And these 2 bits, these are meant to be on top of each other. That's meant to be my origin. There we go. Okay, so you're going to need to set that up. So I'm going to give you a second to set that up, and then we're going to draw on a piece of paper some little reminders to help us with this. So get that on your floor, and then I'll show you. Oh no, my necklace has just dropped off. Oh, how frustrating. I have to reattach that. We're going to draw on a piece of paper a little reminder to help us whilst we're doing this. Okay. I'm going to get my chair back. Nifty move backwards. Okay, so you're setting that up. How long to leave you to set that up? I don't know. I do need you to be able to draw this with me as well. So maybe I'll talk you through it, and then you can do it with me. So you can listen whilst you're setting up, and then you can do it with me. Okay, so we're going to literally draw the axes on a piece of paper, and then we're going to put it on the floor as a reminder of where they are. So this is going to be your floor, and we're going to put it down like that. Confusingly, you can orientate these in different ways. So we could have Y pointing different ways, Z pointing different ways, and X pointing different ways. And we'll come to that again in a second. Well, not in a second, because if I say that to my kids, they literally go 1. So I don't mean exactly 1 second. I mean, like, we'll come to it when we come to it. Okay, so we're going to draw an arrow we're going to start in the bottom left-hand corner and draw an arrow going up. We're going to call that Y and just remind ourselves that's up. And then joining to that arrow, we're going to draw an arrow to the right. We're going to call that X, and we're going to label that right. And then we want to remind ourselves that our coordinates, they go inside these nifty little bracket. Nifty is nifty the word of today. I don't know why I keep saying nifty so often. It's not usually a word I use, but nifty. But let's stick with it. Nifty brackets, and we've got X and Y, and it goes X, Y, and then we're going to introduce Z when we get to the 3rd dimension. Okay, so yeah, let's do that now. So you want to draw. Grab your piece of paper. Grab some implement to write on. You could use a whiteboard or something. It doesn't have to be a piece of paper. Anything that you can lie flat on the floor, essentially. I mean, don't start carving it out in stone. We'll be here forever. Something quick. So we want a line that's going up with an arrow. Y. The arrow means it could continue, basically. These axes have no limit. They can continue. And that's up. Okay. And then I'm going to put this down because I can't draw this one up in the air. An arrow going across like that. And we're going to label that one X. And we're going to write, right, but they spell those, the ones spell R-I-G-H-T, that type of right. I'm going to put that on there. Okay. And then you want in big brackets, X, comma, Y, to remind ourselves what order we do. X first, then Y. So we go right and then up. Okay. So are you ready for coordinate jump? So you could just use that and do it with your fingers if you want. But if you're jumpy, feel free to jump around. Okay. So I'm going to adjust this view so you can see my PowerPoint. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Oh, gosh. So, first one, let's give 2 1 a go. The one I gave as an example. Let's give 2 1 a go. So get yourselves to your origin. Get to the origin. Stand on the origin. And we want to go to 2 1. Can you get yourself to 2 1? I'm going to give you a second to jump. Hopefully you have jumped to the right 2 and then 1 up. Did you do that? You did? Fantastic. Right, next one. I want you to jump to 3 5. 3 5. 3 5. Okay, so get yourselves to the origin. Start on the origin. And you're going to jump to 3 5. Okay, so hopefully you've gone 1 2 3 to the right, and then 1 2 3 4 5 up. Did you do that? Awesome. Right, next one. Let's try 0, 3. 0, 3. So get back to the origin. Start at the origin. And I want you to jump to 0, 3. 0, 3. Okay, so this is an interesting one. We can't, 0 is important, really important number. We're going to do a bit of that in number sense next week, actually, why 0 is such an important digit. Because we can't just miss it. We can't just not have the 0 there, because then the y wouldn't be in the right place. So the 0 means we're not going to the right at all. We're not going to move to the right. So we go nothing to the right, and then we just jump 1, 2, 3 up. Okay, so that one we just end up on the y-axis. So you should be stood on your tape measure or your scarf or whatever you've got on the floor. Next one, 4, 0. So back to the origin. You start at the origin, and I want you to jump to 4, 0. 4, 0. Okay, so we're at the origin. We're doing right first of all. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and then 0 up. So again, this one you're on the axis. So you should be stood on your x-axis, which is a scarf or a tape measure on the floor. We needed the 0 there to tell us that we're not going to move anywhere in y, but it does mean nothing. It means we're not moving. Cool. Okay, so you probably noticed this in Minecraft. You don't only ever move right and up. What about left and down? And then there's even more involved, isn't there? There's left and down, and then there's north and south too, which we need to get to. So you can move left and down as well. What you do is that you extend your axes. So you take this y-axis and we extend it down past 0. So this point here, origin is 0. We take it down into negative numbers. So think about temperature. It's very, very cold outside today. So I live near a place, I live near the Lake District, and I can see into a valley called Wasdale from here. And I can just see white snow-covered mountains. Like it's that cold here. So definitely a negative temperature. It's below 0. So things are frozen. So that's what we're doing there. We're going down into negative temperature. You could think like underwater, although also confusing with Minecraft, which we'll talk about later. So that's another way I think about it sometimes, is going underwater. Same with X. We can go right. Right is positive, but we could turn left. And in this case, left is negative. So we end up going into negative numbers. So you end up with a set of axes that actually look like this, a cross. So you've then got your X, which means right, as it was before, but also left. Also left. So the origin is in the middle. This is 0. Left is negative, right is positive. For the y-axis, you've got up, which is positive, down is negative. So let's grab a new piece of paper to make a note of that on, because we're going to have another go at coordinate jump, but this time with the negative numbers too, because they're important, because you get them coming up in Minecraft. So you want to draw, first of all, a cross that is a bit like a plus sign on your piece of paper. Let me show you that. Okay, can you see that plus sign? But I've put arrows on to show you that they continue up and across. And then we're going to have a plus and a minus for positive and negative. So positive, we're going to, I don't know my left and right off by heart. I have to remind myself. Positive to the right, negative to the left. And then we'll do the same for up and down. Positive, negative. Okay, so positive for up, negative for down. And 0 is in the middle. So this is 0 or 0, 0, we should write it as, which is our origin. So you're going to have to shift. We'll put that one on the floor. Put that one on the floor. You're going to have to shift your things around on the floor. Excuse me. So I'm going to just move this back. And we'll shift my things around on the floor so that this time my tape measures cross over. Like this. Okay, so can you see? This time my tape measures are in a cross. Hopefully you've got a little bit more room than me. I've only got a very small room to work in. And this time, where they cross, that is the origin. So you're going to start at where they cross. Okay, so we've got 3 more coordinate jumps to try. 3 more to try. I've got to grab my chair back again. Look at this. Get my exercise in today. Not really. I've got a bouncing castle to go on later. That'll be good exercise, won't it? Right, are we ready for coordinate jump with negative? So get on your origin where it crosses. Let's have a little go. Let's have a little go. Okay, so go to the origin and we're going to go -2, 3. So start at the origin where it crosses. We're going to go -2 and then 3. -2, then 3. So the X is first. So we're going to go to the left. We're going to go 1, 2, and then 3. Because it's positive, we're going up 1, 2, 3. So we end up here. Okay, next one. We've got 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1. So start in the origin. Go back to the center. Start in the origin. I'm going to go 4 minus 1. Okay, so this time, the first one's positive. So we're going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's -1. It's negative. So we go down. We end up here. Last one of these. Okay, so back to the origin. Back to the origin. And this time we're going to -1, -3. -1, -3. So starting at the origin, we're going to go to -1, -3. Okay, so this one, we're starting here. The first one's negative, so we have to go backwards 1. And then the second one negative, so we go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And we end up here. But, as I said, Minecraft, 3-dimensional. So, interestingly, you'll see in many textbooks that Z will be pointing up this way. But as I said, you can orientate this in any way you like. And in Minecraft, they've opted for, actually, instead of your piece of paper that you had in front of you, so your piece of paper that you had on the floor is not on the floor in Minecraft. It's actually upright. So Y is for flying and digging. X is for moving east and west. And Z is for moving south and north. And the order of these is important, as well as which direction they go. So this is in Minecraft. And that's how they've decided to set it up, which they have every right to do. So we can do, I was like, how can we do coordinate jump in 3 dimensions? It requires you to hover. It requires you to hover like you can in Minecraft. So you could do this with a teddy. You could do this like with a teddy or an object or a pen, whatever you've got in your hand, something that you're not going to break, basically. So you can do that. And if you can hover, you could do it with your body. I can't. So I'm going to do it with a piece of paper. So I'm only going to use positive numbers for this one because it felt like it got, that's the decision I made when I was planning it. Okay, so I'm going to use my piece of paper where I had my axes drawn on it, and I'm just going to do this with my finger. Okay, so I'm going to move my finger along this, and then I'm going to come out of it for Z. So when I'm talking about Z, I'm going to move away from my piece of paper. Okay. So I actually lied a little bit. I don't use entirely positive numbers on this. I just realised that. So you can do what suits you. Okay, we're going to have a go in 3 dimensions. See if we can get our head around this. Okay. Remembering this time, X and Y not on the floor anymore. X is along the floor. Y means you're hovering or digging under the ground. Do not dig in your living room. Please, like only dig if you've got permission to dig there. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's try coordinate. I've called it paper jump because I'm doing it with a piece of paper. So we're going to go try this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you go to the origin on your piece of paper or on your carpet. We're going to go 1, 2, then 3. Remembering we've got X, Y, Z. So X is east and west. Did you hear me just going, never eat shredded wheat? So I could remember my around the compass there. Y is hovering or digging down, and Z is south and north. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hold my piece of paper in front here. So for 1, 2, 3, we'd have to go 1 to the right, 2 up, and then 3 away from the paper. Okay. So let me show you that another way around. So if I hold my paper, I'm going to go 1 to the right, 2 up, and then I'm going to shift my paper so you can see I go 1, 2, 3 away from my paper because it's 3 dimensions. I had to do length, width, depth. So length, height, depth. You can call them different things. Okay, let's try another one. If you're hovering, you can come down there. So let's try this one. 2, 4, 1. 2, 4, 1. 2, 4, 1. Okay. Hopefully, you should have started from the origin again. From the origin. Okay. So for 2, 4, 1, I have to go 2 to the X direction. So 2 to the right. So we're starting at the origin. Go 1, 2 to the right. 4 in the Y direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up in the air. And then 1 away from the piece of paper. Okay. The last one I've got of these. Last one. Have a go. And then we'll discuss about how these relate to different things in Minecraft and how they've made decisions in Minecraft, which is quite interesting. Last one. 3, 2, minus 2. 3, 2, minus 2. Three, 2, minus 2. Okay, let's have a look at that one then. So 3, 2, minus 2. We've got 3. We start at the origin, and we're going to go 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. 2 up. 1, 2. And then because it's minus 2, I actually need to dig through this paper and come out the other side. So if I hold the piece of paper this way, I'd have to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then I'd have to come, because it's minus 2, I'm going backwards 2. 1, 2, like this. Okay, so that's where the negative comes in the Z direction. So let's have a look at how this relates to Minecraft. So first, on Minecraft, you've got the option of having the coordinates on or off. It comes up, on Bedrock Edition, you've got this little black box where you get the 3 coordinates and it goes X, Y, Z. I can't remember now how you've put it on, but it's quite easy to navigate in settings. But essentially what I'm saying is you need to Google how to put it on because it's different depending on whether you're on Bedrock, Java, or on what device you are using. So having tried it on my son's laptop and having tried it on the iPad, it works differently on different ones. But a quick Google, it's dead easy to bring them up and just have them there whilst you are navigating your way around Minecraft so you can see them. Really cool game that somebody came up with on Monday. 2 brothers, I think they were. 2 brothers. 2 siblings, anyway. Decided to play hide and seek on Minecraft using their coordinates. So one of them went and hid and told the other one their coordinates. And they had to try and find them. We're definitely going to try that game because we think that sounds really good fun. We just need to work out a time where we can get both devices. We struggle with technology, get 2 things online. We don't have the best internet link and stuff like that. But yeah, that was really, really cool. So a few things about Minecraft. So I've sort of hinted to this already. Is that they've made the decision on what makes things positive and negative in Minecraft this way. So some of it makes a lot of sense to me, and other bits I probably would have chosen differently, if I'm entirely honest. So it makes sense to me that for the X coordinate. East is positive, west is going down or into the negative. So if you head west, you end up going down. As you head east, you end up going up the numbers. Okay, that makes sense to me because you never eat shredded wheat. So north, south, never north, east, south, west. Y, up is positive, down you go down and into the negatives. The bit that I struggled to get my head around with, I don't know if I thought this was created in the Northern Hemisphere. I thought it was created in California, but I'm wondering if it was the Southern Hemisphere actually, and I've got that wrong. Because Z, south, the more south you go, the higher the numbers get and the more positive they get. As you go north, the numbers get more negative or lower, smaller. So yeah, other way around for the Z one. The other thing that I think is really interesting is if you've not tried it, try finding the origin on Minecraft. Try finding the origin. There is apparently a way you can do it. You can do a command like /origin, I think it is, /origin, and you can find the origin. But so there is, I have been informed. So I'm the maths expert, not the Minecraft expert. I have to do research and ask questions about the Minecraft bit. Okay. And what I discovered was that I would have made sea level, so where land and sea meet, 0 for up and down on the y-axis. That's not the case. Now, my research says sea level is 63. But there is some dispute. I read in lots of different places. I read 62, 63, and 64. And then I went on and tested it with my son, and we agreed 63. In my last session on Tuesday, there was a few people who were absolutely adamant it was 62, definitely 62. And then something else came up. You can go to flatland where it actually there's no sea, so you are on 0. The coordinates, it's kind of like it is sea level because there isn't any sea. Because everything's flat, you always stay on 0. You don't ever go up or down. So in flatland, 0 is not below ground, whereas in non-flatlands, 0 is like below the sea or below ground, which I think is kind of interesting. Interesting thing. Interesting fact about it. So finding the origin is an interesting one. So that's a little challenge for you on Minecraft. Can you find the origin? The origin, as I said, for most places is below sea level, but not on flatland. On flatland, it isn't because there's no sea on flatland. Okay, so yeah, challenges for you then are to see if you can find the origin. And then you could either try playing hide and seek on Minecraft using the coordinates. Have a little explore. See if you can get the settings on. Have a little explore. Look at how the coordinates change as you move around. What happens when you stand in the middle of a block and what happens when you stand at the edge of blocks. Try playing hide and seek if you've got someone to play hide and seek with. Another option is to if you find something really cool, like did we find a lava field the other day? And my son really wanted it for some reason. I can't remember. And we made a note of the coordinates so we could come back to it. So that's another really good use of the coordinates. It's like making a note of where things are so that you can come back to them later on and you can navigate to them. But for today, we're going to end on a little quiz. And if you do these things, please take photos of them and send them to me because I love seeing what you do with them. I love seeing what you do at home and tell me suggestions. Like you always have way better ideas than me. Like this hide and seek one, I was like, that's so cool. That's really, really cool. We're going to end like on a little quiz to do with the coordinates specifically in Minecraft. Okay. So you could just shout these out. I'll try and listen. I'll see if I can hear what you're saying. Okay. So yeah, or you can write it down if you want to. It's entirely up to you. So first one, what is the origin? What is the origin? What is the origin of Minecraft? Did you get it is 0 or 0, 0 or 0, 0, 0. It should be 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros, because on Minecraft we're talking about 3D. So 0, 0, 0 is the origin. Okay. Next one. So I'm giving you this coordinate, 24, 35, 52. How far east is that coordinate? How far east is that coordinate? How far east is that coordinate? Okay, so on Minecraft, X is east and west. So we've got the X coordinate here, which is 24. So we're 24 away from the origin. What you measure that in, it can be up to you. I found in my research that that technically it should be in meters. So it's 24 meters away from the origin, but I didn't give you any units here. So you could just write 24. But yeah, technically each block is meant to be representative of a meter. What about this one? How far, so same coordinate, 24, 35, 52. How far south from the origin is that coordinate? How far south from the origin is that coordinate? Far south. Okay, so south on Minecraft is represented in the Z direction, and it's positive Z. Okay. It's a positive number. So we're going positive for south, negative for north. So we're going 52, it's X, Y, Z, 52 south from the origin. 52 south from the origin. Last one. We've got the same coordinate, 24, 35, 52. How far up is this from the origin? How far up is this coordinate from the origin? So what do we think? You could just shout it. Just shout it out. So we've got X, Y, Z. Up is Y. So it's 35 up from the origin. 35 up from the origin. And I said that's it's just a mini quiz, just 3 questions. But I said that was the last thing. I lied. I totally lied. Totally lied to you. Because I made this to show you. Okay. So this is just like my 3D model of real life. What 3D coordinates look like. It's a shoebox that I've created. I've turned into a 3D coordinate grid by using squared paper that I've cut up and lined up really, really carefully. And then you can use like something cool, like a little Lego man. Big fans of Lego in this house as well, to move around. So this is the origin right in here. Right in there is the origin. And then I can move in the X direction, the Y direction, I can hover, and the Z direction. And this is another cool thing that's really useful in the coordinates. So let me get just something square, something block. One sec. So if I want to build something and I want to keep it parallel, what you can hopefully see here is that along here, along this edge, my height isn't changing. So my y-axis, my y-coordinate, remains the same. So everything on this level will have the same y-coordinate because the height isn't changing. And then everything along here will have the same x-coordinate because it stays in line. And then similarly along here, everything will have the same Z coordinate. So it can be really useful if you're building something really large. So I'm doing mazes either next week or the week after, I can't remember. Where me and my son built a maze in Minecraft, which I'm going to show you what we did with that. And it was really useful for plotting out the maze to start with, to know everything was in line with each other. Okay. So yeah, so this... Obviously, you're all like, wow, that's so cool. You're so amazing. How have you created that? And you desperately want to be able to do it, don't you? Yeah, obviously you do. So I do guide you through that. If you want to be, this is seamless, isn't it? If you want to be a member, you can join if you join triangles, well, everyone gets this. You don't have a choice. You get a maths mob memo. This is my original one. I'm going to start signing it because there's not that many copies of this. Like my original one. I'm super proud of it because I've never done anything like this before. Just a little thing all about the number 6 with some little puzzles and problems and activities to do with the number 6 in it. And you get some origami paper and some cool stickers that I designed. So anyone gets those. But if you want to join to be a square, you can also get printable workbooks too. I've created one for every single lesson. And actually, if you join, I worked out between now and February, so you'd only pay me £12 and you would get 12 workbooks if you join this session and the number sense, which is actually an absolute bargain, isn't it? And that gives you some suggestions for things you can try at home. There's some links you can click on, and there's a guide on how to make your own of these with photographs and everything. Yeah, so that's really cool. But yeah, that's I am doing the lessons are for free, and then you support me. And that's how I get a wage, is by people signing up to support to do things like that. Okay. So, yeah. And number sense is my other free lessons. I'm currently looking at how to multiply large numbers. So started with 2 by 2 digit numbers. You can get replays free on my Stand store. So I did 2 lessons this week already on linking multiplication to area. And then you can go from there. But yeah, look it up. Look it up. I promised I would say hi to people, didn't I? I promised I would say hi to some people. So I'm just going to go on Facebook now and make sure I've said hi to everyone. So one step at a time, we are with you. My 9-year-old has recently got into Minecraft, so this is perfect for us. My 2.5-year-old is watching fascinated too. Hi, guys. Nice to have you here. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you get into Minecraft. I remember the first time we logged on, and me and my son and my daughter all looked at it like, what's going on? And like a few weeks later, my son was just like, away. And he's now such an expert. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Emma, you are flying. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. I don't know how to. People can look if they want to. In fact, Emma is stood on a little step ladder so that she can hover. That is absolutely genius. Oh, and also made herself look like a creeper with a step. That's brilliant. Oh, fantastic, Emma. Brilliant. Hi from Flynn. You're using a duck. That's brilliant because you've attached some string to it so you can make it properly hover. Absolutely genius. Brilliant idea, Flynn. Brilliant. Hello to Theo and Ashton. Thank you for coming. It's ace to have you here. Oh, Teapot and Runa. Yeah, Runa. Yeah, I've read that right. Teapot and Runa. Hi. Hi, guys. Nice to have you here too. Thank you for joining me. Oh, hi from Laurie. Hi, Laurie. We've got a friend called Laurie too. Cool name. Hi. Hi, Bella. You're excited because you love Minecraft. Like, it's awesome, isn't it? It's such a cool thing, Minecraft. First time. Isaac and Serena. Hi, guys. Nice to have you here for the first time. Awesome that you're here. Oh, Charlie and Jake. Hi, guys. And Charlie and Jake's mum, I think, is also learning something new for the first time today. That's really, well, not the first time. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, you're learning something new. Yes. Awesome. Who else have we got? We've got Max and Willow. Hi, guys. Lee and Emily. Nice to have you here. Oh, my mum. Thanks, Mum. Hi. And Joseph and Evie. Hi, guys. Hi, Joseph and Evie. We've got Hayden. Hayden, you're back. Hayden was doing puzzles and problems with me earlier, I think. I've got the right Hayden, I think. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, awesome to have you here as well. Love horses. Hi. Nice to have you here. Nat. Hi, Nat. I don't know if it's Nat or if you've got like somebody else with you, but hi, guys. And we've got, hi from Evie. Nice to have you here, Evie. And who else have we got? Amber. Hello, Amber. Nice to have you here. And we've got Carol. Carol, hello. Have you got other people with you? Or is it just you on your own? I never know. You never know. I'll just say hi to the names that come up. But hi, nice to have you here, Carol. Ford is watching. Hello, Ford. Nice to have you here too. Anna, another Anna. We've got you here. Hi. Hi, nice to have you here. And Violet. Violet's here too. I'm going to just one more check because I hate to miss people. My kids absolutely love being said hi to live, and it's super, super important, isn't it? But also, so is like Minecraft. And you might be deep into playing with Minecraft by now, which is totally valid too. Who have we got? Oh, Lana and Finley. I think I didn't see you before. Big fans of Minecraft and Lego too. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I'm so pleased. And then I think I got all of you guys. I think so. I think I've got everyone. I think I've said hi to everyone. If I've missed anyone, I'm really sorry. It's really hard. Like I said, my internet's not the best. Sometimes there's a little bit of lag between me and the powers that be that run all these things. But yeah, back next week. I've got Maths in Minecraft next week is Tuesday on Facebook at 9:30, and then this time next week again on YouTube, so 11:30 on Friday, and then you've got Number Sense on Monday and Tuesday too, if you fancy that. You can find all the details on all my social media. I just the timetables are pinned at the top, so you can find them. Okay, but thank you so much for joining me, guys, and I'm gonna say bye for now. Bye, guys.